like around the same age. So I was like, growing up, like, did you watch Legends of the Hidden Temple? And she's like, I don't think you didn't know that show, did you?
I did after you explained what it was.
Yeah,
but I don't remember the name.
So that was my game, I guess, trying to relate. I don't know. And then it moved on to me asking her to help me move.
You don't just ask them right from person.
Hey, look.
It worked. Whatever happened, it worked.
Hello.
You know, 6 years later, look at y'all.
Yeah.
So between the two of y'all, who's the planner and who's just I'm along for the ride?
I'm along for the ride all day.
Like I pulled you out of hat, pull you out of bag from out of mag if you want that. Pull up in the slab and pull off with you in my lap. Top down.
Hey, welcome to Travel Tuesday Happy Hour, where we interview dope people doing dope things from around the world. And as you guys know, it's season 3, Couples Goals. I have my beautiful queen next to me. Can you tell them who you are?
I'm your fiance.
Who are you?
My name is Jackie.
All right. And we have an amazing couple today. Can you guys tell us who you are and what you guys do?
Well, I'm Briyanna, or you can call me Bree.
And I'm Chantell.
And
together we're two girls, one world.
Yeah, together we're two girls, one world.
Mm-hmm.
But separately, I'm a travel nurse.
Occupational therapist.
Yeah. So
nice.
So we just love to travel pretty much.
Okay. So travel nurse, occupational therapist, are you like a mobile occupational therapist or are you like at a location?
Actually not working in the field right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
so that allows you to just...
Bree says so.
Okay. Well, that allows you to just go wherever she goes at this point, right?
Basically.
Pretty much.
Okay. So what got y'all into traveling, like individually, and then let's go to what got y'all traveling together.
Yeah. So growing up, both of my aunts were very big travelers. I grew up just listening to their stories. Every year, one of my aunts, she would do like charity work, and she would go to Africa, Europe all the time. So just listening to her stories. And my other aunt, she's from Jamaica, so she would travel a whole bunch just for fun. And then that eventually rubbed off on my own mother, and she started taking me on trips, and it just kind of grew from there. I come from a traveling family.
Not so much on my end, though. I'm probably the first to travel in my family. But
wow.
When we started dating,
mm-hmm.
her mom, she's a travel agent as well. So just seeing her and, getting introduced to different places and stuff. And I'm like, I want to try it. And then I went on my first cruise, and then that was it. After that, I just wanted to go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So was that your first trip? That cruise was the first trip y'all did together?
Internationally, yes. Like I would travel domestically, maybe, typical once a year vacation type stuff, but not like...
No, we went to Costa Rica first.
No, but I know we went to Costa Rica, but when we were on the cruise, that's when I wanted to travel.
Excuse me.
Well, she sounds like she counted Costa Rica over the cruise. She's like, the cruise is a cheat code. We're not talking that one. We're not counting that one.
Like, dang, I can't even have an opinion.
How long have you guys been together?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. And how did you meet?
At work.
Yep. We both worked at the same hospital. So it just kind of went from there.
Nice.
Who made the first move? I'm curious. Who made the first move?
She had already researched me and everything.
Okay, let me tell y'all the story. I'm going to tell y'all.
I want to know the story.
So I was working in therapy, and I would come and get patients on her floor, right? So I would come down, and she would always start conversations but never finish them. So I'm like, what's up with that girl? So I think one day she just asked me to help her move because she was moving from one unit to the next in the same apartment complex. But I had never talked to her before. And so I was like, okay, that's weird, but I'll help you. I'm nice. So I was like, I'll help you. And then I went over to help her move, and then it just took off from there. So technically, I didn't make the first move. She asked me. I just followed through.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
You were reliable. You were reliable.
Wait. I want to know her side of the story because she's shaking her head like that's not how it went.
Please.
Okay. Well, see what had happened was, I would see her around, the job or whatever, and I'm like, oh, she's kind of cute. So then I was like, one day I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to her. Like I know we're kind of like around the same age, so I was like, growing up, like, did you watch Legends of the Hidden Temple? And she's like, I don't think you ain't know that show, did you?
I did after you explained what it was.
Yeah,
but I don't remember the name.
So that was my game, I guess, trying to relate. I don't know. And then it moved on to me asking her to help me move. And
you don't just ask the right person to help you move.
Hey, look.
It worked. Whatever happened, it worked.
Hello.
6 years later, look at y'all.
Yeah.
So between the two of y'all, who's the planner and who's just I'm along for the ride?
I'm along for the ride all day long.
I'm a huge planner,
but that's just how her life is. You're a planner, just
it's my personality, honestly.
Okay.
So you got the list. You packing both bags.
Itinerary, research. Like I got it all. I'm just like, make sure you wake up at 7:00. We're leaving at 7:30. Like that. And she's like, okay, whatever. I'm just like, all right.
So which trip was easier, Costa Rica or the cruise?
Which one is what?
The Costa Rica or the cruise? Which one was easier for you guys to maneuver as far as like trips?
As far as like the planning side of it?
Yeah.
Cruises, they're kind of...
Cruises, I feel, are more...
structured.
Yeah, more structured for you. So you don't have to really... I guess you won't have to really research like food and stuff because that's already included as well as your stay. So it's more so just having to research excursions at whatever, location.
And then the days and the schedule and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I would say that's the easiest.
Okay. And then how was Costa Rica?
Costa Rica, it required a little bit more planning. But my mom, we went with my mom, so she pretty much did most of it. She's more of a planner than I am, so when we go on a trip with her, I just kind of take a little step back.
It's the big one and then the junior, And then there's me. I'm just,
So what made y'all decide on Costa Rica?
I don't know.
It was just a place to go, honestly. I don't think we had a real reason as to why we went.
We just were interested in going.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around my birthday, and we went for a week. We stayed at one of their resorts over there, and that was the first time we went zip lining. And now every chance we get, we have to go zip lining.
Yep.
ATVing, that's her thing. I don't like those things, but...
But do you go?
I just feel like it's just gonna throw me off of it. Like I can't control it.
Oh wow! But do you get on it anyway, or you just say, "Okay, that's your thing. You do it. I'll watch. I'll take pictures."
I get on it, but the whole time I'm
like, go along the ride, right?
I'm like super tense the whole time. I can't really enjoy it, so I try not to involve myself.
So do you do jet skis?
I have done jet skis. I wouldn't mind doing them.
So you like those more?
Yeah, because I'm a water girl. I love the water. I love the ocean. So anything in the ocean,
it's
I'm
the
cool.
same thing.
Yeah.
Look, some people rather fall in water than fall in mud. You know what I mean? And she'd rather just be a dolphin and just make it work,
She's a dolphin. She is a dolphin.
The water won't scrape your arms up and stuff and leave you with bruises and all that.
There you go. There you go.
That's a good one.
I got them like that.
So do you guys so far have in the 6 years a favorite like trip, like a most memorable trip?
Go.
I got so many.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like Rome a lot. I wanted to move actually. Like that's how much I liked it when we went.
Oh wow.
It was another one.
What did you like about Rome? What made that? That's like the first thing you said too, and you wanted to move.
Yeah,
I think it's just how friendly they are. Like they're very relatable. Like you can just easily blend in. I don't know. It's just something about their culture. Like,
and then the area usually when we research places, we like to research like their LGBTQ areas if they have those type of areas. So surprisingly, Rome does have a area. It's called Trastevere, and that's where our Airbnb was. So,
and it was a walkable.
Yeah, it had
area.
A bunch of gay bars, and it was very not commercial. It was more local.
Yeah.
So I think
it was probably more of an authentic.
Yeah, more of an authentic local experience. I think that's what kind of helped.
Then we rode on the bus.
Yes, we got lost on their city
transit.
bus.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
So I think it was an immersive trip. So I think it just kind of stood out from our other trips. It wasn't like, oh, we're staying at a resort and
then we met someone from America there. And
yes, randomly.
Still keep in touch right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
She's from San Diego, so
yeah.
Nice. Do you guys have like a list of places y'all plan on going, or because you mentioned earlier you guys are spontaneous, but do you guys have like a bucket list of places you would love to visit?
Yeah, what's your bucket list as a couple?
Bora Bora.
Yes, Bora Bora. We both want to check out New Mexico.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Peru.
Oh, we have actually next year we were trying to go to Peru.
Yes. Where else?
Trying to think.
Oh,
bucket list.
You want to go to Paris, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so Paris.
She said, of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much those places.
It's not a written list, so as they come, we'd be like, oh, let's add this to whatever year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys did the cruise. You guys did Costa Rica. Like,
fell in love with Rome.
Fell in love with Rome. Where else have you guys been?
Argentina.
Yeah, we did like Argentina.
Greece. Really like Greece.
We've been to Jamaica. We've been to Thailand. We've been to
Thailand was a good one too.
Indonesia, Bali. We had a 20-hour layover in Japan.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of tiptoe in there a little bit.
Just a little. It wasn't. It wasn't much.
Where else?
We got a list going. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. We've been to Honduras.
Yep. Belize,
Mexico.
So you guys seeing a good portion of Central and South America, huh?
Yes.
So
any African countries?
Not yet. No. And we need to put those. I honestly, I was supposed to go to South Africa this past October.
So jealous.
But it just so happened where my grandmother had got sick, so I didn't want to go while she was sick, and it kind of worked out because she did end up transitioning during the time that I was supposed to be gone, so I didn't get that opportunity. So yes, I wouldn't mind going to South Africa. So
what drives you to pick a destination? Like, what are the things about travel that inspire you to continue to do it? Right? Like, other than the views, is it just the views?
It's culture. Like, I want to learn, because most times we go to places where we can do like a walking tour or like museums and stuff like that, to kind of learn about them, languages. Oh, Hawaii was a good one. Hawaii. Yeah. So it's more culture for me, or for us, really.
And I see therapy. I mean, not therapy. I see travel as therapy. It allows me to de-stress from, normal life at home. It allows me to have a lot of self-reflection time. It allows me to see how I make up this little part of the world.
Yeah.
And then you got all of this going on. And also just to be appreciative and,
and see how spoiled we are as Americans. Because there's a lot of stuff that we wouldn't survive doing here because we're so spoiled now. Like, and being able to see.
Give us an example. What do you mean?
Like, okay, Rome, they have these water fountains with, clean water. And a lot of people in Rome don't buy water. But here in America, we buy water bottles. So, of course, pollution and, a lot of plastic, and
you still got people fighting for clean water.
Yeah. And then there, like, they actually take care of their land. So, it's very clean. Like, isn't really hardly any trash on the ground, or like there's a lot of trash cans, a lot of recycling. So just a lot of
and that brings we've also been in Cuba.
Oh yeah.
And just
how did you do Cuba? Did you stay in like a place, an apartment, or did you stay at a hotel?
Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb. It was like a hostel, I guess they call it.
Hostel, yeah.
But even kind of appreciating Cuba, because when we went, they literally had just started getting internet over there, and they just started learning about Facebook.
The internet wasn't like Wi-Fi or like direct connection. It was like a prepaid type. You know how we have prepaid phones? It's like you have to go to this like certain area and use a card to use the internet for a certain amount of time. And
right.
It's like, dang, y'all really don't know about this. So
yeah, it's like a certain amount of gigabytes you pay for, and then once you're done, you gotta read it.
Like, dang, you really have to pay for your time. So which means you are forced to interact with people. You're forced to do other things other than be on social media and that kind of thing. So you might read more books. I actually read a book while I was in Cuba. Yep. It's just so different.
Where in Cuba did you guys go? Havana or another city?
We went to Havana. We went to what's the M word?
Oh, Matanzas City. We went to Vinales. And that was it.
Yeah. Those three.
But all of them, were day trips from Havana.
Havana. What kind of domestic travel have you guys done? Have you visited any places in any states? I know you said you met somebody in Rome and she's from San Diego. Have you visited any friends or just planned any trips domestically?
Yep. California, Las Vegas.
Sorry, that's our dog.
That's all right.
Where else? Go ahead, bro.
Oh goodness.
The dog wants to get on the camera.
Take this.
No, that's it.
He's trying to find the place.
That's your food. Take that and get her too.
Yeah, so Arizona, been in Nevada. We've both been.
I was asking him about domestic travel.
I'm from Florida, so Florida. She's from Louisiana, so Louisiana. Texas, New York.
Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah, Jersey, Connecticut, Washington State.
Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia. I keep forgetting about that.
Did you say Chicago?
Oh, Chicago.
Wow.
We just recently went to Utah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys pretty much cover a good portion of the United States, huh?
Not enough. I wanted to do 30 by 30. And I didn't make
30 states by 30?
Yeah.
You still got time, right? No?
Nah, she had 30 this year.
I give it to you. I was trying to give it to you, I mean, you look so young, I was trying to give it to you.
Say that. I hope they keep saying it for years.
So with all that said, one of the things that we want to make sure that our audience picks up on is traveling while Black, right? And you guys caught it in three folds, right? Traveling while Black, traveling as women, and then traveling as a lesbian couple, right? Like, or even individually as lesbians. Like, what's that experience been like for you?
So we typically research that kind of stuff before we go, because sometimes things can be offensive to their culture and whatnot. So we need to make sure that we're not, messing up anything, and then we're safe, of course. Where were we when those people saw Black people?
You did mention that before you went to Rome, you said that you researched the areas that had gay bars and you stayed in a place that was really convenient. Do you do any of that kind of preparation as you travel as a woman or as being Black?
Honestly, I would say no, not so much. More so being a lesbian couple, because I feel like we'll still go if we're, we'll take a chance more so if we're Black with, I guess, a small portion of their population, being acceptive of Black, I guess you could say. But being lesbian, like I said, it's kind of offensive sometimes, religious, and
some countries they still killing people, you know,
and
over their sexual orientation. So
it's like tread lightly.
Okay. Right.
Sometimes I'm not going to say we are not a couple, but we'll try to go and just won't be like, you know, PDA or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, I'll dress a certain way versus, you know, like, where we went to the temples?
Oh, when we were in Bali, yeah.
Yeah, so we had to go to the temples, and of course you have to cover up and whatnot. So, you know, certain things like that, I don't want them to think that because I'm trying to be who I am and not, I guess, you know, not be authentic to myself, but I also want to respect their cultures and their beliefs and whatnot. So
understood.
So has that determined where you choose to go?
Yeah. We don't have a desire to go to Dubai. Because they have a lot of strict laws in place over there, and I'm trying to make it home after.
And that's the thing, like, who knows where we'll end up? And then that's another thing, like, we're off the grid, so you can't really say, hey, if I don't text you back, you know what I mean? Something's happened. So it's kind of just me and her, and if we both there, then who's going to help us or who's going to save us? Not really.
Right.
Do you guys feel like you have to do the same domestically?
Oh, what you thought about Utah?
Now, Utah definitely opened our eyes more. Like, we already knew, like,
the population.
We stand out, and we, you know, you think of Utah, you're like, what's in Utah?
What the heck is in Utah? That's what you think. Utah.
So when we went, I knew that we would, it would be a predominantly white area. But when we went, I'm like, all right. Because we, you know.
Tell them about that situation at the gas station. Or we were driving through and you were like, you feel the energy of.
Oh, yeah. So
this is a perfect example as to
when we arrived, we drove, we're going to drive to these hot springs, and we decided to stop in the city that they were in we stopped at Walmart, and then we stopped at the gas station. And when we went into Walmart, I kid you not, we were the only Black people there. In the entire large Walmart. Like, you know, people were looking at us like, what y'all doing here type thing. And just the energy that, you know, I felt, I'm like, let's hurry up and get what we got to get.
It wasn't like an unsafe energy. It was just like, I don't want you here energy.
Yes.
So it's like.
Oh. And we were in Utah is very, outside of Salt Lake City, is country. Like, for miles, 80 miles, you won't see anything.
Yeah, no civilization.
So I was just like, let's just go. I don't even feel like stopping no more. Let's just get to where we're going. So I know we're safe. And just being in those little towns that we stopped in, like
but then you also have those towns that look like they're, I guess, racist or like unsafe. And then you go in the winery and it's people like welcoming and whatnot. So it's like, we really operate off of our energies. So if we feel like something's not right, get out of there.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go to Utah? Was it for business or leisure?
Leisure.
We like to hike. That was a good hiking trip too. And just nature in general. We like nature. We need nature.
Yeah. We wanted like a nature grounding trip, kind of you know,
away from everything that we're comfortable with.
Yeah,
no beaches, no, you know, water, that type of stuff.
So now that we are outside's open up, so to speak, outside's open up to an extent, right? Like, has things dramatically changed from us being on lockdown to like where we are today? What does the new normal look like for y'all?
Well, we live in Atlanta, so Atlanta been open the whole time.
Atlanta been open.
Been open.
But as far as travel goes, right? Like, as you guys are planning your travels, are you guys taking the same precautions? Have planning now been like a longer, like a page 2 of your list, or is it still like a page 1, and then we just kind of figure it out from there?
Or what's different, if anything's different in the way you plan your trips, in the places you go, BC, before COVID, and then after?
Pricing, we've seen an increase in like flight prices and stuff now. And planning now is like, okay, do they require testing, or do they require a vaccine? So now it's like, oh, okay, well, they require this. All right, well, let's try to look over here. Oh, we can't go there. So it's like we're having to be strategic about where we go now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your travel is
testing like days? So some countries or places, 3 days prior to leaving, you need to be tested, or you have to do 3 days before you leave their country, or then you have to quarantine. It's so many stipulations. So it's like you have to look into all of that, because you may have to carve out another week of time that you didn't know, and unless you went. So
has it shortened your list of places you want to visit even more now?
No, because we're hopeful, but yeah.
Yeah, we are hopeful, but with the way the world is now, it's shaved it down quite a bit.
But honestly, most of the ones that would have been not on our list, we've already been to. Like we kind of like Cuba and stuff. Like we checked off a lot of places.
Yeah.
Prior to the pandemic, so that kind of helped.
Okay, so for the new traveler or someone trying to travel with like a newfound relationship, what are some tips that you guys would give to get them not so anxious about traveling with a new loved one?
Just think of it as a date.
Yeah.
Explain.
I guess you can say, like, if you're solo traveling, you can go on a solo date. You can go to a restaurant and eat alone. Just do what you would normally do, as if it wasn't a new country or a new place or not. Even if you go with somebody, same thing. Like, treat it as a date and not be so hung up on, I'm out of the country or I'm out of the state. Just be normal, be your normal self, and enjoy the things that you enjoy. Because people gonna look at you for sure, but.
And I would say too, it helps the relationship in a sense, because when you travel, there's times where you're put in situations.
What?
Like when we went to Thailand, I just knew we were gonna get kidnapped. And she was ready to ride. Like, she was like, I was just gonna stab him in the neck and then jump out the car. And I was just like, like, oh my God.
You gotta ride it though. You gotta ride it. You gotta live with it.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And I was just like, oh my God. So, those situations like really help your relationship. It shows you how you can work together as a team. And just balance each other out. Like, because, if you miss your flight, like, she might be flustered, but it's like, it's okay, babe. It's okay. Like, we're going to get through this. So it really helps the relationship and help you be a team.
For the planning, plan as far out as you can think, so that money won't be an option. Because a lot of people always say they don't have money to travel. They don't have money to do this. They don't have money to do that. If you, like now, we have trips, we had trips planned out years in advance. Well, not planned out, but, we want to go these places. So, of course, you have to think of money. That's always the biggest thing.
Okay. Well, thank you both. I mean, how can people find you all and, enjoy the trips that you guys are going on or have gone on?
Well, you can find us on Instagram and YouTube, 2 Girls, 1 World. And we're pretty lit, so you guys we're very nice people. We're love
regular people, I promise. Regular people.
Don't hesitate to reach out or anything. So.
And we like to talk about people.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining, and I appreciate you sharing.
Baby, let the walls come down. Wanna love you out loud. Show you what a true love's about. If it's real love that you want.